Winter is officially here. This weekend was the winter solstice, when the sun travels its shortest path through the sky. It's considered the seasonal dark night of the soul, a time to honor both the light and the darkness that resides within each of us and on this planet. The temperatures here have been all over the place. Some days it's very cold and dark, and other days it's warm and sunny. I've been taking advantage of the warm, sunny days and getting more things done around the homestead. The chickens have been enjoying their time to forage before the ground is covered with snow. They haven't been laying as many eggs since they don't see the sun as often. I've been preparing our home for winter and the upcoming holidays, decorating a tree that we got from a small local family-owned tree farm. I've been making warm stews and bone broth to get through the colder months, and have stocked up on some extra bones to make sure that we have enough to get through the season. Bone broth is so good for you and is often used to help nurse people back to good health when they're ill. It heals the gut and reduces inflammation in the body. I love adding different herbs like thyme and rosemary to my soups, which adds more medicinal benefits to keep my body well. You can never be too prepared, even during the winter when food is more scarce and when the world is facing so many shortages. This is where it becomes important to be able to sustain yourself and your family without depending on a system or others. It's one of the many reasons why I grow our own food and herbs. Not only can we eat that food throughout the garden season, but we can also freeze, can, and store food to last us many months after the growing season has ended. I've been stocking up on many basic essentials like toilet paper, soap nuts for laundry, and even ingredients to make my own toothpaste. We do most of our shopping at local farmers markets and through an online co-op for bulk items. It's a community effort and gives us high-quality organic and non-GMO products that have a long shelf life. We even have some backup emergency food that can help feed not only us, but local neighbors in need. Over the years, we've collected other items that can help us in the event that there's a long-term power outage, such as radios, solar panels, and portable power sources. We purchased the solar panels over the summer and made sure that we had a system that was easy to use and set up and would provide just enough power to sustain us. We also purchased a portable wood-burning stove that we can use in either our large tent by Stout Tents or on its own. Having this in addition to our outdoor fire pit will give us a lot of cooking versatility and will be reliable in the toughest environments, even through winter. One of the other things that I think is so important to have on hand is a backup supply of supplements, minerals, and items for first aid. In fact, I've been making my own herbal formulas, elixirs, and tinctures to treat illnesses, upset stomachs, and to even remove parasites from the body. One of my favorites for this is Sweet Annie, which is a type of wormwood, also known as Artemisia annua. It's a medicinal herb that's been used for hundreds of years to cleanse the body of parasites. It reduces inflammation, helps treat cancer, and was even used to treat malaria. It's a powerful herb, so I grow this in my gardens and make tinctures out of it. I store this and give some to my family. Because it's so potent, it's not the kind of herb you want to take frequently. It's best to take this for short periods of time and to use it medicinally when treating an illness. It's true that today, if there were widespread long-term shortages or power outages, many of us wouldn't know how to survive. In human history, we have only recently adapted to the ease and convenience of a sterile, private, and modernized lifestyle. It wasn't that long ago that humanity simply lived as a part of the seasons, light cycles, and weather. We went outside in all weather conditions because it contained the resources that we needed. We stopped work sooner in winter because the sun went down earlier, and we didn't want to waste candles or fuel. We honored the seasons by the resources they brought and made sure that we gathered and prepared for the next. Now we live in an on-demand world. When it's hot, we have devices that cool us. When it's cold, we have heaters. When we're hungry, we can choose any food from anywhere around the world. When we're bored, we turn to Netflix, TikTok, video games, someone else's music, and our smartphones. While these things are not wrong, and we can certainly be grateful for it all, as a culture, perhaps it has robbed us a bit of our true grit and the natural essence and skills that made us more sovereign, capable, more ethical, mindful, and aware. If these easy comforts went away, what would we be left with? How would you survive? One of the best things that you can do is learn new skills. Learn as much as you can, and for what you can't, start buying books on it. We started to do this for ourselves. In fact, we started to build our mini library of books, pamphlets, maps, and guides. Having these in paper form, in the event that there is ever a long-term power outage, is very helpful. We've gotten so used to our digital books, and while it is nice to not have the books taking up space, it's important to have some of these to refer to when you need them and can't access the digital devices. Learning new skills is something so basic and yet can feel so daunting. I mean, so much to learn. Where does one even begin? By starting small. If you've been wanting to learn how to grow your own food, there are so many resources online and in books that can help you get started, even if you're working with a small space or a low budget. My husband and I took a trip to Layman's, which is a famous store known for people who are homesteading and living the simple life. They have so many great products, everything and anything you could ever be looking for. It's an absolutely incredible place that you could literally spend hours walking through and finding so many little treasures, which is what we did. You guys, I am actually at Layman's right now, which is the famous store for homesteaders and farmers, and it's just a wonderful place that mostly sells stuff online as well as through their catalog, but I'm actually in their main store, which is located in Ohio, in Kidron, Ohio. So let's go check it out. As we welcome winter, let us remember that we can all go outside even when the sun isn't shining. The earth has so much to offer throughout all the seasons and in all weather. And while it's important to prepare to get us through one season to the next, it's equally important to be mindful of our intentions behind doing so. Fear can be a parasite in and of itself, one that can cause destruction within our hearts, our minds, and eventually our bodies. Preparing out of fear is not the intention I choose for myself, but rather one that is based in love, care, and awareness for myself and loved ones and the rest of the world around me.